Okay, a couple of things I forgot. Number one, we need to turn the game timer on. So let's double click the play button. Before we do that, however, let's make sure that we're clicked on game. And this is going to control the speed of our game, and 100 is really fast. Let's add a 0 to go to 1,000. Double tip play. And so now when the button is clicked, we want to turn on the game dot start. And that should do it. Also, we need to go into the game timer, and we need to increment t, because t is actually never going to get bigger. Also, I changed this to greater than or equals, because once it gets to that, it's going to run. So if t is equal to 3 and level is equal to 3, it'll actually be the third time through the timer, and therefore we want to show one more color. So down here, we're just going to say t. We want t to go by 1 every tick of the timer. Let's see what else. We need the word randomize, so maybe we'll put that in the form load. So I'm just going to say randomize. Actually, I should do it before the game timer here. Remember, randomize. We'll just make it so that it's not always the same numbers in the same order. So if we play it here, loads up, press play. Looks like we got green, yellow, green, and then you lose. We should probably take that you lose out of there, right? Okay, so X out of there, stop that. Zoom in for you. So to get that you lose, we gotta just take that line out. Okay, so now our next step is to code how the player responds. And if we think of this now, we're on the design, these colors play, and then you have a chance to respond to it. This label 3, by the way, right now is just to see if it's working as far as our code goes. I use it as a check to see what numbers are being printed. It's like a cheat. So just ignore it for now. Let's go into the green tick. Remember, the user is actually going to click on the dark color, not the bright color, right? And so the name of the game is, once it's played, once they play it. So here, so it's what, blue, blue, red. Okay, so then the user would go blue, blue, red, but they can't click on anything because we haven't coded that in. So that's the click event of those picture boxes. Let's go into that. So I'm just going to double click the form, and I'm going to do, let's do green first. So, oh, that's the timer. We want the green, PB green picture box, and we want to go in the click event of that. Okay. So if they click green, what do we want to happen? Well, we got to keep track. We got to create another variable, and we got our win statement, and essentially we need a variable that's going to keep hold of their guesses. So this is dim, and this is attempts. Let's go with attempts, sure. Attempts, and that's going to be as a string. Okay, so now let's go back to that pbgreen.click, and we're going to say attempts, whatever it was before, we're going to add the letter R. Right? Then we're going to do a check in here to see, let's say that happened, let's say red happened to be, oh, that was green, why am I adding an R? Let's say it happened to be the winning click. We want the game to come over, right? So we're going to say if, and we're going to need, check that, we're going to need another variable here to keep track of how many clicks they have or how many guesses they've had. So we've got attempts, which is a string, and then we're going to say dim, and let's go I as integer equals 0. Okay, So let me just get that here, back to where I was. Okay, attempts, we're going to add the letter G. We're going to say if I. Now, how do we know how many clicks they should have? Well, it's based on what level they're on, right? So if I is equal to level, then we want to see if attempts is equal to wins. So if I is equal to level, then let's check if attempts is equal to win. And then if that's true, that means that they got it. So let's put a message box telling them how great they are, and they can keep going. So message box.show, and say, darn, that's impressive. Darn, that is impressive. And then we'll close the window. Let's increment level. So now level goes up by 1. Let's reset I. And now we want to recall the game timer. So we're going to say game.start. And that should do it. Now we're going to have this pretty much for each picture box. Okay. Or one thing we forgot here. If attempts is equal to win, hey, great, they did a good job, and a message box comes up. We need an else, and this is going to be that they guessed and got it wrong, right? Oops. So we're going to say messagebox.show, and then we're going to say nice try, but no. Okay, and then let's again set I to 0, and we'll decrement level. So not only they get punished twofold, they don't have to play the level again, they go down a level. And then we're going to call game.start. Okay. When game gets called, let's go take a look at game. So when game gets called, it's going to check, is T greater than level? Well, technically it will be, because if they play again, T is going to be really high. So we got to put T to 0 every time and we want to put this up. So it should be the first line of the if, because every time it gets to the right number of ticks, then we're going to reset the T. No, I could zoom in there for you, sorry about that. Okay. Yes, but no. So then we call game.start, and let's go back to game.start. And there it is. Is T greater than level? That'll be false. Create a random number, and then add the color to the win statement. Increment T, and then we're good, I believe. So now we just got to code in this stuff here to all our colors. Okay, so we got PB green. Let's go to PB blue. Dot click, and we'll paste that in there. Control V. Alright, temps. We're going to add the letter B. That should all stay the same. And I guess that's it, just that. Okay, so let's now go to a different color. So we did green, we did blue. Let's go to red. Dot click. And in here, I'm just going to paste again. Wow. Let's try that again. going to be for red, so it's R. Levels, everything else stays the same. Okay, so we did red, green, yellow. We got to do dot tick, click, sorry. This is yellow, so Y. I think that might be it, right? So I got red, yellow, blue. Did I get them all? Red, yellow. Did I do green? Got red, yellow, blue, and green. Looks like I got all of them.